Hey, what is up, guys? Here with another brand new series that I hope will stick for a little bit. I mean, we're going to do it regardless if it's fun to do because, first thing you want to do is you want to do something that's fun. No point in doing this if it's not fun. So, we're going to do it regardless if we like it, but hopefully you guys like it too, and hopefully it kicks off a little bit because we're here to stay. Um, but what this series will be about, it's pretty much us just going through probably about five or so topics every episode of just anything, anything that's considered history. And we're each going to take turns hosting each episode. Today, Cody's hosting the episode, so he has five topics he has picked out. Next episode, I will host and I will pick out five things that we're going to go through. And when I say anything from history, I mean really it could be anything from prehistoric time to human history up to modern history. Anything. It could be anything that's considered history that we want to talk about. And we're not going to sit here and just like read stuff off a paper like we're doing an essay for class. We're here to, I hope you guys don't hear that dog, my lord, she's annoying. But we're here to discuss and talk about it and have fun. Most importantly, we're not here to be boring about it. We're here to have fun with these topics, and hopefully we're not too disrespectful to some of them. But it's whatever. Like I said, if you watch anything on my channel, I'm sure you get the vibe anyway. Why are you here anyway? I mean, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm ready to get into this. I'm gonna hand it over to Cody. What do you got to say?
Well, starting off today, we're going to have a wonderful topic. We're, of course, talking about the Delos ape.
What the fuck is that?
Well, you see, I'm glad you asked. Mr. Delos, I'm probably mispronouncing that, by the way. He's got like one of those old timey names that has like 14 different first names.
Hmm.
He was a Swiss geologist, and he was a pretty big deal in the oil field. So, some company wants him to go out in South America, find some oil. They suck it dry, exploitation, they make their money, everyone's happy. Well, the problem is, in 1920, he goes out on an expedition. He reaches the banks of the Tower River, where Venezuela and Colombia kind of like meet together. And apparently, this is the real sickening part. They were the only survivors.
Ooh.
Yes, just a few men. Their
So
expedition disappeared in 1917. So there's 3 years they were missing.
was there monkeys
Unfortunately, they
sighted?
found no oil. Yeah, I don't know how you get lost in the jungle for 3 years. I mean, keep walking one direction.
Shit. So where does the monkey
Because,
attack part come in?
oh, I'm getting there. Don't worry.
Oh,
You
it's
gotta
a
set it
build
up.
up. It's the build up. You got build. Okay, I
Hmm.
got you. You establishing the
Yeah,
lore. The lore is important.
yeah.
Okay, I'm getting it.
So while they're at this river, they're exhausted, they're thirsty, they're hot and sweaty, and one of them apparently looks up, and there's monkeys. There's two of them with reddish fur, lacking a tail. So they're not monkeys, they're apes.
Wait. So they're wagging a tail?
No, they're lacking.
Oh,
No
lacking.
tail
I said
whatsoever.
wagging. Oh, okay. Lacking a tail. So, yes, they're apes. You're correct.
Oh, you're good. I'm a little bit flimmy, so.
Very good.
So they're like, oh, what's that? And next thing you know, these monkeys, quote unquote, rush at them and start flinging poo. They're literally balling their hand, shitting into it, and just slinging it at them.
That's the only way to do it, brother.
And they're like, "Oh God, they're shitting at us." Turns out it's just a New Yorker, the homeless man from L.A.
Yeah. Right, that's like some shit. Never mind. I was gonna say something that I shouldn't say. I feel like you know what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Now you see,
Yeah.
being manly men of the
Fucking
1920s.
poo flingers.
Can you imagine how they responded to such a ghastly affront on their honor?
They definitely threw their poo back at him.
No, unfortunately, they threw lead.
Oh, they just shot the fuck out of him.
Yeah, they just drew their arms. It just. So anyway, I started blasting. Well, they managed to nail the female apparently.
So is that the one in the picture?
Yes,
Why does it have a
but
penis?
if you look at you found the first bit of problems with the story.
Yeah. What kind of fucking ape is it supposed to be?
A new species never before seen by science.
Uh,
So
I'm
they
guessing
prop it up
something
on that
magically
box
happened
with
to
a
him.
stick. Oh, absolutely, something magically happened to it.
Figured.
So they prop it up on that box. They get a photo of it. They take all this research data and all this other stuff. And when they get back, oh, he forgot all of it back in Colombia and all the footage, but one photo was destroyed by rain and such. What a coincidence.
Right.
And then he tells the story. A lot of people are like, oh, okay, man. I think you had malaria and you were just going insane. But one of his friends, who will come into the play a lot of the story, managed to recover one of the photos.
And
And
that's
that's where you get
photo.
yeah, that's the photo.
So, damn, I don't know. Do you know anything about like verifying if that is like a real ape? Like, is
Oh,
there
it's
any?
real. Oh, it's real.
It's real. So have they
Yeah, that's a
established
real
what it
body.
is, or is it really
Well,
something they don't know what
let
it
me
is?
cook, brother. Let me cook, brother. Let me cook.
Let you cook. Okay, there's more.
Oh, there's a lot more.
Oh
This goes
shit!
on for a hot second.
Continue.
So they take measurements, which is the only thing they remembered apparently,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 5 feet tall, when all the other monkeys are only 3.5 feet.
Mm.
So this thing is big, too big. Cough, cough.
Yeah.
So of course everyone just goes, "Yeah, that's complete horse crap," and he gets all this like negative attention because oh, I forgot to mention the guy's name. Sorry, but his buddy, I'm gonna call him Monty because I can't say that name. It looks like a dinosaur name. Now Monty here, he's a real winner. He thinks Irish people evolved from orangutans and such.
Wait, what?
He's that kind of evolutionist.
Repeat that again.
Monty thinks that he believes in the theory that every human race evolved from a different species of monkey, an ape.
I mean,
This was
didn't
a
we
real
though?
theory.
Wait, didn't we though?
No, 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 no.
In a way, I
He
mean,
thinks.
we offshooted from him, or does he literally
Uh
think?
huh.
He literally
Straight from
thinks.
chimpanzee, straight from orangutan, straight from gorillas.
Yeah, no, that's been proven. That's not how that works.
It's
What
the 1920s, brother.
what
Everyone was
was
a little bit
what
stupid.
was his logic? Like, what was his like every what when people would question him about it? Like, what the fuck would he say?
I'm rich, you're not. Shut the hell up.
Like, he had to. What was his like? What was his argument? Like, what was his science?
See, the problem is they didn't have like genetics back then, so they just kind of looked at stuff and went, "Yeah, that's kind of similar." And monkeys, from different regions are what made the races.
So he literally
Africans evolved
just
from gorillas was the yeah. It's not even him alone. Like this is an official idea.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty bad. It's pretty stupid. But I digress.
Yeah, yeah. Carry on, carry on.
So he's the one publishing this big story and trying to make money off of it, of course, and support his crackpot theory. Well, unfortunately, those who are actually educated in universities and not just some dude saying a monkey people, as he writes on the walls with his feces, as a schizophrenic usually does, they simply point out to the fact that, sir, that is clearly a spider monkey that you cut its tail off of.
Probably fucking is, bro.
And then they start looking at the background. It's like, sir, those are banana plants. They don't farm bananas down there. It's uninhabited.
And he was pretending they came from there.
Yep.
So he's
And it goes
already
on
getting
for
outed
it.
for
Like people,
lying.
oh, this guy doubled down. He's not a very smart man.
Of course.
So he's like arguing it. He's selling it to museums with all the evidence that disproves it cropped out suspiciously in the photo. There's museums that are hosting this giant, like a giant version of it, and people are like, "What in good heavens?" Well, it turns out that the original guy actually admitted that the entire story was a hoax. He said it as a prank,
There it is.
and Monty there is just lying to prove his crackpot theory.
So what is this fucking thing then?
That is, as a man would later write, that is a spider monkey that was a pet.
I guess
They caught it, they cut its tail off, and it died of infection.
I can see that now.
Mm-hmm.
It just
I say, go ahead and pull up a spider monkey and look at it side by side.
yeah, and then it just I guess if you just say it's big in the context of the picture, you can't
Mm-hmm.
tell because that crate.
Oh, he admitted he just lied about the size. Like he's literally known for pulling these hoax all the time as a prank, just to see how
Yeah,
he can fool people.
yeah,
But apparently Monty's trying to hush everyone up.
that's fucking wild.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So this is just like this is a cryptid proven absolutely false. Damn.
Yep.
I don't feel like there's too
But
many of those.
don't worry. Monty would have karma come at him.
Oh, it's not over.
No, it gets worse.
Oh
You see,
Jesus.
Monty here gained some attention from some certain people. Certain people who think that you can breed a perfect man.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, he became a eugenicist. And that led him to move to France, become a trader by helping a certain nation that borders France during the Second World War. And when they found out he did that, they strung him up.
That's wild as fuck.
Mm. The story of one man just making a ha 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 silly people. There's no actual monkey turned into to some Swiss dude going, "Yep, people come from chimpanzees, and it comes directly off to chimpanzees had a human baby. That's how it works. Don't question me." Wait, what do you mean I'm being arrested for treason?
Oh yeah, bro. Back then you couldn't be saying shit like that.
Oh no, back then you could definitely say stuff like that. Remember, this is the 1920s.
1920s.
People just figured out how, yeah, that like the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. You know how stuff
I
was
still feel like
back
there
then.
was just like I still feel like being religious and believing in that way was still very prevalent. I don't think like people. It's not. I don't think like they were like like out executing them. But you were definitely frowned upon and ridiculed if you had any form of I don't believe in God or I believe in something else. Like you were
Yeah,
definitely frowned on and
oh, absolutely.
shunned.
You That was actually the beginning of God used evolution to create the universe. Started popping up. That's why everyone that was like, "Oh, I'm a eugenicist." It was like the edgy 14-year-old ideology of the time in science.
So wild.
I don't think God magically waved his hands. That makes me cool and smarter than everyone else.
It's crazy. Oh shit. Sorry. It's crazy how fucking far we've come from that shit, and we still got fucking.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Ah,
now we got people. There's even more crazier ideas. Like you would think that these like tinfoil things that you see in TV shows are a joke and whatnot, but I swear to God, enter Facebook comment sections and you will be stunned. You will become a believer. They are real. There are people that are so fucking retarded. You could not believe it. Facebook comment sections. I swear to God, people who don't want to use Facebook, hop on there once just to look through public comments. I swear to God, you won't believe it. Just do it once. Just do
man is dead because he wanted to fly a rocket to prove the Earth is flat.
it. I remember that. Oh my
There
God.
was a group of people that crushed in a submarine because they used an Xbox controller.
Oh my fucking God. I kind of want to show that. I wonder how I can do that.
Oh, I have the letter the guy wrote admitting it all, like the guy who actually witnessed it, like a witness testimony.
Oh, what does he say?
The monkey, this monkey is a myth. I will tell you his story. Mr. Monty, because again, it's like Montadon, said that the monkey had no tail. This is for sure, but he forgot to mention something. It has no tail because it was cut off. I assure you, gentlemen, because I saw the amputation.
Well, I think that seals the deal
And
on
he goes
that.
on to say, like, oh, this guy was just a jokester. He was pulling pranks the entire time he was at the place, preparing to leave for the oil expedition. And you know what he called the monkey before it died?
Hmm.
El hombre mono, the monkey man.
Oh, so that's what it is. Well, that cryptid ended up being a little fuck, fake fucking piece of shit.
Hey man,
Stupid
there's
little
people who
fucking.
still think there's a giant ape walking around California.
Hey, at least that one's not proven, so we can have content on him. See what I'm saying?
No, unfortunately, that one with the walking thing, quite a bit of strong evidence to suggest it is in fact fake.
Well, in the wake of that, how about we move on to something a little more
Mm-hmm.
grounded? So what's
Mm-hmm.
next?
Uh, I believe it is the Toledo War.
So, Toledo War. That's actually close to home for me
Yes.
and your old home in
Mm-hmm.
Ohio,
Mm-hmm. Ohio,
the Forbidden State.
the wasteland.
Basically an Elden Ring map.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, everyone. Ohio actually doesn't exist, and you're just being gaslit by the government. We're actually feds.
Yeah.
There's no SCP containment facility there. There's no corn monsters. There's no Mothman, and there is no Queen of England.
If I catch you with weed, I swear to God, I'll rape you and take it. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
You just got demonetized.
Guess what? I'll beep that out.
Good.
Find a way to do it, I guess.
All right, so the Toledo War. This last. Sorry, it's just so funny. So there's this region where they didn't map it out properly, where Michigan and Ohio touch each other on the northwestern tip.
And that's
by the Great
strip
Lakes
shown in the image, presumably. Okay.
Because apparently Michigan is actually supposed to go to the bottom of that zone, but Ohio had it mapped to be the top of the zone because they're fighting over Toledo, which, for those who don't understand politics at the time, a city meant population, which meant political power.
I don't remember who won this. We beat their ass, right?
No one won this war. It is literally a pissing contest. Everyone had piss on their face.
So it's still not taken over?
Oh no. We got Toledo. What a wonderful city it is.
So we won. There's nothing to claim, because I was gonna say I'm ready to rise up and.
Well, you see, this war has long-lasting effects that affect us even today.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, this is also where Michigan and Ohio get its rivalry, and why we call them Ick-shigan.
Oh, okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't care about football. I want to take that goddamn land back.
No, we have the land. It's ours now.
Well, fuck them. I'm going to take more of their land. Anybody else listening to this? Hey, everybody in the comments, let me know you want to fucking rise up. We'll start a Discord. We're all grouped together. We'll coordinate some shit. We'll start slowly taking over Michigan land. We'll claim their houses and their wives.
All right, I gotta get a drink real quick because I'm reading the battle results and it's just something extra. All right, so they have the two militias. This one's not going to be like a direct informative of I'm sorry, people, because this ain't a proper fight. Oh, Gentleman Jack.
Damn.
Oh, how's my whiskey fans out there? Oh. So,
continue. Yes.
Ohio and Michigan are fighting back and forth, and eventually they say, "Screw it! We're going to send our militias at each other, and we're going to fight for it." So they go to one of the rivers, and the militias begin. They meet at each different side of the river and begin firing at each other. Now, there's 600 Ohioans and 1,000 Michiganders. Would you like to hear the casualties?
Let's hear
it. All right, so they're firing at each other with muskets that don't have the range to hit anything, let alone the broadside of a barn.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, they're kind of hillbillies.
Gotcha.
Casualties on Ohio side, none. Casualties on Michigan side, 1 wounded.
What a fucking joke. What the fuck?
I don't think they hit each other either. I think like a rifle exploded or a guy slipped.
See, that's what I'm saying. We need to make up for that and go kill a couple of them. So at least we have a couple kills on them. Have we had any serial killers that's from Ohio that's killed anyone in Michigan?
Well, here's the thing.
I think that counts, right?
they concluded that this isn't going anywhere. It's just making us look, flat out retarded. So they're gonna settle it in Congress, baby.
Of course.
Well, Michigan wasn't a state yet, and Ohio was.
So we fucked them.
Oh yeah, and I believe the president at the time was actually from Ohio, and the governor was actually pretty connected with a lot of senators.
Oh, the fuck.
So they kind of pushed their political power to go, hey, we've got a lot of vote power and whatnot. It'd be a real shame if we didn't win this Toledo dispute and we decided not to vote for you, like we just didn't let you guys campaign. Ow. So Congress gave them a compromise. Michigan shall become a state. They cede the Toledo to us, and they get the Upper Peninsula from that little area above the Panhandle, or not Panhandle, the glove that is Michigan.
Good, fuck them. That's a good happy ending.
Yep. So they get like a basically 3 counties, and we get basically a small town worth of land.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, they get to become a state. They get a massive tourist side. So the dispute has always been that, well, we won more than you guys did, and then Ohio would retort, yeah, but you 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 lost. So it's just been a pissing contest ever since.
Uh-huh. Would you like to introduce the next topic?
Yeah, I know that one was a little bit loose with it. Oh God. Andrew, okay, the guy was not from Ohio, but he was a sociopath.
Oh boy.
Guess which president it was? I'll give you a hint. He's on money and he's completely insane.
Wait, what does that have to do with these Chinese people?
No. I'm talking about the Ohio one.
Oh.
Andrew. I wanted to fact check myself. Andrew Jackson, the man from Tennessee. That explains quite a bit because that guy is an asshole. Most famous for his genocide of Native Americans.
I'm sorry, I was like laughing because I was like, the fuck? I was like, are these people Chinese? I swear to God they were American. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with all these Chinese people?
It's China 1 fighting for Toledo. That's why they're down in our hometown. They're just like, yeah, our forefathers fought in the Great War of Toledo. Here, have some General Tso's.
Explain these fucking Chinese people. They're like all holding like a goddamn Bible or something.
Michigan's just mom spaghetti. There's Chinese blood on a sweater already.
Who are these Chinese people?
Yes. All right.
So, who are they?
So, 1950s rolled around. China's, fallen to communism.
Nice.
Chairman Mao was put into power. Nice. And he begins his long list of just 100 IQ plays. Like, this guy's just big gamer moves. Causes the largest famine in human history.
That's always nice.
So, he has this group of college kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, school kids, ages 14 all the way to 22. They're called the Red Guard because they help uphold the Communist Party's morals in the young folk, which is a fancy way of beating around the bush to say they're actually just a bunch of serial killers that they just rile up with, out with the old, in with the new, and they beat up all the people who's ever written them up or give them detention.
Yeah, that sounds like a system that would work. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So they want to get rid of all the old Chinese stuff. So they go around, smashing stuff, breaking anything that's from before communist China's era, burning libraries, temples, graveyards of historical figures.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
What a
Go
bunch
around
of
destroying.
fucking degenerates. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
So much
absolutely.
goddamn history was lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of like the first nations ever, and they just ran around destroying it all.
Jesus Christ. People fucking bitch about us. My God, they fucking obliterated their history.
Yeah, Americans actually historically are known to not want to hit anything historical, because during World War II we actually tried to give the Japanese every opportunity to surrender the Philippines capital because we didn't want to bomb the city. Like, no, it's too historically important, and they just went, yeah. Why do you think we're hiding here? Because you're stupid. And then MacArthur just went, okay, level it.
Well, damn.
But
That's wild.
but so they're going around running rampant. Eventually, they're pulling teachers out into the streets. They're, tar and feathering.
What's that?
That's where you dip someone in tar and then cover them in feathers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so, well, they're basically doing that, but with dog hair.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, tying ropes around their neck like a leash and making them walk on all fours and bark.
Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck?
I'm like, damn, these
Are
these
there
Chinese
images
kids
of
are
this?
crazy. I do not know. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Because it gets worse. They're beating their teachers to death. They're doing the dog thing. They're making them wear dunce caps, which is the most tame thing they did. Oh, and some of them were even dragged out and butchered alive and eaten.
Of course they're. Never mind.
Cannibalism. Just straight up cannibalism. Just ate their teachers.
They were eating the
And, Mao's
knowledge
just
out
like,
of them.
nice.
They were absorbing their
Absorb
knowledge.
their knowledge. Yeah, because Mao does not like intellectuals because they argue his theories and prove his points wrong.
Were they cooking them or were they just ripping them apart like fucking animals and eating them?
From what I could gather, they were just cutting them and frying them.
Oh, well, I mean, probably tastes like pork. I'm sure it's fine.
Some people do. With certain cultures, will just eat about anything they say.
Tastes like
All right,
pork and gives you knowledge. I don't see anything wrong with that.
there's no like results for me. It's just, how modern day search engines are, but it gets real bad. Like they're tearing up the entire country. Anything and everything's getting destroyed, lit on fire, pissed on, people being eaten. And then something different happens. You see, there is one thing from old China that Chairman Mao loves. It's the Forbidden City. Because, surprise, surprise, the guy in power actually just wants to be an emperor. He doesn't actually believe the horseshit he's selling.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So he puts a military governor in there to, keep it safe during all this. Well, if you couldn't tell, getting rid of all the old Chinese stuff and, letting people run wild doesn't mix too well with when you want to save one of them. So the Red Guard mass an army of kids, again, like 14 and up, and they decide they're going to storm and burn the Forbidden City.
Well, right.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's China who's known for just shooting civilians, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what they did. They just had guards lined up, and as soon as they approached, they were told piss off. And when they said no, it must be destroyed, they just opened fire.
At that point, yeah.
They just killed like thousands of people right then and there in the steppes.
I mean, if they're doing all that crazy shit, bro, at that point, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, and after they disobeyed Mao, because here's the thing: anyone that disagreed with Mao, he would send them after them too. So they were like used to fighting the Communist Party as well. And he would later state that they've become too radical. too extreme, and then ordered their execution. So he broke it up and like killed their leaders and stuff.
So is that like an explanation for the harshness of how the citizens are treated now?
Oh no, that's just Mao's evil. That is just something he used to get his way along
No.
by shifting the blame onto, oh, it's just
I
those
mean, I'm
violent
not
kids. It
blaming the
wasn't
people
me.
now. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
did the ruthlessness evolve from like the hatred of the people from doing that back then?
No, it's just they were exploiting the fact that people weren't in a good way at the time. So they got generations of harsh dictatorial rules, so you can't really fight against it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Also, Mao was the only one fighting, like really taking the fight to the Japanese at the time. So he was like actually looked up as like someone who might just be competent enough, while the rest would just leave China to stagnate.
Well, that
It was,
fucking sucked for China.
yeah, China had a really bad, like, what is it, 300 years where they were just everyone's bitch,
Yeah,
colonized, conquered,
they're kind of running the
Japan
shit
happened.
now.
Yeah, good for them.
Good for you, China.
Yeah. Taiwan definitely isn't its own independent nation. This story was brought to you by today's sponsor, the Communist Party of China. 公家帮卡老毛从开改，从家帮老沙毛。
Oh shit. What the
You
fuck is our
wish.
next topic? God damn it.
Now we're going to talk about the Amber Room.
It looks pretty.
Which, yes, it is pretty. It's made of amber, gold, mirrors, all the fancy stuff from the 1800s and royalty where they're like, I'm rich, I'm better than you.
So what's the story
So it's
here?
constructed in the 18th century in Prussia. It was later gifted to, oh God, what is his name? Peter the Great. Russia has it for like ever because it was originally housed in Kongesberg. Oh yes, Frederick William the First to cement his alliance with Tsar Peter the Great of the Russian Empire in 1716. All right, so it sits in Russia for a bit. You know, big thing, big tourist attraction. Not really tourists, but diplomats. And then the unthinkable happens. The Russians get into a civil war because they don't treat people good. So eventually, socialists take over. The Soviet Union pops up, and we all know what happens to the Soviet Union. They get invaded, and the Germans decide, hey, this was originally German, and the guy in charge right now loves everything German, so let's loot this shit. So they dismantle an entire room of gold and amber, which is insanely expensive at the time.
Oh yeah.
They dismantle it all to take it back.
What would
And like as a
what would the price be in like today's money?
Oh, my brother in Christ, you're gonna have to give me a hot second to look that one up because it is 6 tons of amber.
What is it? Wait, what?
That explains why they built it there. 1 gram. Funny, you look up the value of amber, and the amber room's literally one of the things. Well, Okay, so thousands and thousands of like we'll say like $5 million because that's just my random guess because I can't find like an actual answer
Oh, the price.
because
Okay.
amber fluctuates really bad about the quality.
That's wild.
Hmm.
We'll continue.
So there's 6 tons or 13,000 pounds of like amber, gold, and whatnot just from this room that they dismantled, and they trained it back all the way to Kongesberg, and they set it up for display in 1944. But then, of course, 1944, the Russians are now invading instead of being invaded. So they're like, oh shit, pack this up, and hide it well. So that way afterwards we can still have it and go, because, they're insane and think they're still going to win. So they hide it underneath the castle, supposedly. And during the bombing runs, it was completely and utterly destroyed, the castle. So everyone now today just assumed, oh, it was destroyed in the bombing. But a lot of people don't buy it at all because knowing how the Germans worked at the time, it was probably smuggled. And there's bits and pieces of it that look suspiciously like the amber place. Sorry, let me restart that. There's a lot of like old treasure finds and like lakes and stuff, where they were blowing up the railroad and whatnot, and shipping that look suspiciously like the amber room, but in fragments where they were like shipping it.
Interesting.
There's like Polish lakes have some things that a lot of people think actually are part of the amber lake. I mean, the amber room. There was like a train that was like derailed into a big ass lake in some place that might be the same one, but there was a boat here and there. Some people thought they brought it all the way to France to hide it because they would rather the Allies like wouldn't like take it back to Russia or something because communism, can't let them have it. Or someone was trying to buy their way to cause. Yeah, but it could be anywhere. A lot of people think it's destroyed. A lot of people thought it was like completely just like scrapped up so that way Russia could never have it again out of pettiness. Some people thought it was smelted for gold to buy stuff. But no one really knows. I know that there was recently some development in it, but I couldn't be bothered. And that concludes the Amber Room. The greatest treasure hunt of the modern day.
Wow. That was very interesting. Would you like to introduce our final topic?
Yes, and this one's just a funny one.
All right.
Did you know that our home state of Ohio is credited for inventing a sport? Can you guess what that sport is?
Looks?
Oh, it is absolutely as dumb as it looks, and only
isn't this just
only an American with. No. You see, as the story goes, Ohio invented an idea of taking 2 old trains that are like being decommissioned, just smashing them into each other for sport.
Oh, like just the enjoyment, like demolition derby type shit.
Yep, just go to a rural part of the country.
They're doing it over a bridge too. Wouldn't that just obliterate the bridge too?
No.
Ain't no way.
A lot of it's old worthless stuff anyway. That's not really a bridge. That's in Texas.
Oh.
But they did 1 or 2 in Ohio. It didn't really take off as they thought it would. Because they're not making enough money to like keep doing it, so they're like, well. A couple of years later, the railroad companies revisit it. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff happening in the background all of a sudden, so it distracted me.
Oh, my side?
No, mine.
Oh. You're good.
For those who watching, my niece was born literally yesterday.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, Estella, she's an angel. She's so tiny, and She already holds out her pinky like her rich grandparents, sipping tea or something. We keep making jokes. It's like, oh, she's fancy. I love her to death.
Collision of trains.
But eventually, a man that works for a company would propose that, hey, we do one of these. We sell a bunch of tickets. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful. And the company decided, because trains are kind of starting to not do so well apparently. Said, okay, 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 we'll try it. What's the worst that can happen? If you fail, we fire you. If you succeed, congratulations, you made us some money, and we get our name out there. Like, hey, use this railroad. Because I think cars are just starting to come out, or at least like the idea of not taking a train everywhere is becoming a big thing. So
that seems like just the dumbest waste of.
no, it's 1896. Oh, these are like decommissioned trains. Like they're breaking as they are on the track.
But couldn't they use them for parts? Isn't this just obliterating them?
No, these are like old models that are no longer useful. Like they are these scrap parts of older ones already cobbled together.
At that point,
these are not quality.
I would pay to see that, honestly.
Because otherwise they're just gonna rot in a landfill.
We should keep doing that. We should start doing that with cars too.
William George Crush.
We should take no, hang on. We should take people in death row, put them in like old vehicles that are just junk, basically. Put them at like really, really, really far gaps, like maybe like a mile gap from each other, and make them run head to head, like just smash into each other head to head. And like the spot where they would be estimated to collide is where like everybody can pay to watch.
But George Crush, or William Crush, his middle name is George, sorry, worked for the Missouri, Kansas, Texas Railroad, and that's the ones who set up on the Spectral. So he gets this plot of land in Texas, and he builds like a temporary town called Crush after himself, and that's why he has the name Trash at Crush. Because, I mean, this guy's selling his name on it, too. He wants everyone to know he's the one that came up with the idea. And it costs... But the charge is, like, $350 in that day, which in 2024 is equivalent to $130.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so people are paying a lot of money to go see this.
I would. That's fucking dope.
But here's the other thing. It's just basically like Hollywood Town, where they just throw up plywood, paint it, in the middle of Texas, had more than 40,000 people come to it, which was the most populated place in Texas at that time, was Crush.
Jesus.
Now, here's the thing. You're thinking, oh, isn't that silly? How are they gonna get the trains to start without people in them? It's like, well, that's just it. There were people in them, and then they jumped out. They jumped out after they flicked all the switches in it while it was building speed. There's just two conductors one on each train, just jumping for dear life as it started moving.
That is the most insane shit. Did anyone ever get like stuck and die?
No, it's worse.
Worse? What's worse than that?
It goes off without a hitch. That's what's worse. So the two trains come to the point where everyone's gathered where they're going to hit, because this is meticulously planned. They put up some fencing and stuff.
People were just standing around where they collide.
They set up a NASCAR-style fence, and people climbed around it and over it and went to the point of the splash zone, we'll call it. So as you can expect, two trains smashing into each other at high speeds with their boilers running at max. There was quite a bit of an explosion.
Yeah, I fucking bet. What the
And
fuck were
a lot
these
of
people
people,
thinking?
that illegally went around the fence, um, they suddenly had to start playing what's well, let's just say they were dodging train pieces. And then some dude just standing out of the crowd, standing out of the crowd, like where it's actually supposedly safe,
Mm-hmm.
immediately gets a gouge in his face.
I fucking. Well, I mean, like,
That's one
how
person
am I supposed to feel bad for
shreds through
these
the fence
fucking
and just
people?
slices them.
What the fuck
But
was
that's the
wrong with
thing.
them?
That's the thing. You know what he does?
What?
You know how like today if someone would sue,
Yeah.
he pulls out a handkerchief and just puts pressure on his cheek. The man gets like sliced basically by a jagged razor, but he just goes, "Oh, good heavens, that hurt." And he's like, "This was great. I'd come again."
A bunch of fucking idiots.
And the newspapers were reporting like everyone's excitement for it, and I was like, "Yeah, two people died. One dude like I think like a piston or something domed him in the stomach, like a cannonball." And over 6 people were injured.
Yeah, I fucking bet. I'm surprised there isn't more, but.
Yeah,
Oh man, I'm glad
it's
we
a
get
miracle that
smarter. I'm so fucking mad.
I think it's because like one of the trains like when they folded in on each other to cause the boilers to require like double the effort to do anything, and they were kind of shoddy, so they kind of just fell apart.
Right.
So a lot of it went straight into the ground.
I mean, I feel like that would be expected, and I feel like you have to have common sense to know not to stand near that, but what do I know?
I mean, it's it's rural Texas.
Well, I think we're approaching the mark here. I don't want to quite go over an hour. We had about 52 on that. Coming out of this, you got any final words about all the topics here?
Yeah. Remember, kids, safety safety rules exist to keep you safe. Don't be an idiot. Don't get lodged in the brain with a train boiler tube.
And don't lie about monkeys.
Yeah. Today's video was sponsored by Bambla.
Yeah, okay. Hang on about it. I didn't approve of that one.
You can cut it out.
It's okay.
Just snip it.
It's okay. They know we're joking.
We
don't get paid for anything.
Consciously use of.
I know we don't get fucking paid. What do you mean?
No one watches this.
Oh, shit. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, I mean, whether you guys do this or not, this seems like something we'll enjoy doing, so we're gonna keep doing it. And if you guys enjoy it, then that's an even better reason to keep doing it. So, like, subscribe, check out our other content. I've got a bunch of other series I'm starting up. I think doing different series and stuff will keep me more focused on doing content.
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry, because I'm still going to do my normal, like, random, like, oh my god, I found some fucking idiot online. I need to, like, sit here and, like, tell you guys about them. I'll still do that from time to time.
I have a challenge for the viewers.
Tell them.
We need you to go in the comments section right now, this very instant, and type in your favorite conspiracy theory. And who knows, we may just cover it in an episode.
Hey, it's a good one.
Mine's the Mole Man.
Something tells me they're just gonna, like, call us racial slurs. That seems to be the usual in my comics. But let's change that. Man, comment your theories.
No, I'm kidding. I don't make bad words in the comment section. But yeah, tell us conspiracy theories that you would like us to talk about. Rylan, what's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh shit, we don't have time for that. We're closing this out. That's a whole other episode. We gotta close this shit out.
Well, hear that? You gotta stay tuned.
Oh. Maybe in another episode, let us know if that's something you guys would like to see. Let us know if you like this. Check out the other content. Go check out his channel. I'll link it in every video he's in. And
There's nothing there.
Start making shit.
Oh.
We'll see you guys in another episode. Bye.